Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. I know it seems like it's been forever, and that's because it has. We've been under intense snow and ice and frigid temperatures, and it's still cold. You can probably see my breath right now. But I just had to get out here and make another video. So I've got my handy dandy propane heater on down right there. And I've got my winter insulation on top of my natural insulation to help hopefully keep me warm. I thought that it would have been smart. I was being smart, so I parked my Tundra here in the shop before the snowstorm got here, thinking that it would save me from having to clean it all off. Well, snowstorm comes through. It's 95% snow, but a lot of ice as well. And after a couple of days, we had about 8 inches of hard packed snow and ice on the ground. It's like concrete. You can walk on top of it without sinking down into it. And when I came to get the Tundra out, which is Mrs. Rambler's daily driver, the doors wouldn't open because they were frozen shut by that 8 inches of concrete like snow and ice. So I had to chip all of that out to get the doors open to get the Tundra out. So it was kind of ironic that the Tundra was held captive by snow and ice for several days, but I finally was able to get it out, get my shop back, and here we are. So I wanted to go over something that I spoke about a little over a month ago when I did one of my top 5 favorite tools. It was the Vevor Ultrasonic Cleaner. I got this back in early December, and I did that video. I don't remember the date. You can look it up when it was published, but about 2 days after it was published, no more than 2 or 3 weeks after I got this tool, I was standing here and it just shut off. And I looked at it. Normally the red lights will be on when it's plugged in but not running, and none of the lights were on. I thought that was weird, so I checked the power strip that I have it plugged into back here. Power strip was fine, so I cycled it on and off, unplugged it, plugged it back in, nothing would happen. Turned it around. Down here by the plug, there's a little symbol that looks like a fuse. I was able to pull that out. I don't know if you can see that symbol on there, if it'll focus, but anyway, it just looks like one of those little fuses. You know what it looks like. They're even, yeah, I kept the fuses. So the fuse was blown, but they were kind enough to keep, there was an extra fuse. There's like a tunnel through there where the fuse goes. So there was an extra one. So I pulled it out, popped it in here, put it back in, plugged it in, turned it on. Immediately, fuse blew. So that's annoying. Brand new machine, blowing fuses. Don't know why. So I bought it from Amazon. I was still within the return window for Amazon, but I had just gone through the Craftsman warranty saga. So I wanted to see what's the Vevor warranty like. So on the Amazon webpage, there's a link to Vevor. So I went there and it hooked me up to what I thought was a chat bot, probably was. And I put all my information in and they came back wanting questions. They wanted to see a photo of the malfunction. So I sent them a photo of the machine not running. I don't know how you send them a photo of a machine that's broken, but yeah, I sent them a photo of the machine not running, and I also sent them a close-up photo of the fuse, both fuses being blown. Well, a few days later, instead of coming back saying, oh, I'm sorry that happened, we'll send you a new one. The unit's only $45. I mean, it's like a toaster. Well, they wrote back wanting me to send them a picture of the driver board. That's right. They wanted me to disassemble the machine and show them what was inside of it. Normally, when a manufacturer has a warranty, they tell you that if you take it apart, the warranty is voided. But I had the email, so I figured it's 45 bucks. Let's roll the dice. Let's see where this goes. Now I'm down the rabbit hole. So I take it apart. I take all the screws out of the bottom, spill the guts out of it. There's only really 2 boards in there. There is this board here, and there's the board on the bottom, which I assume is the main board. Doesn't look like anything's wrong with either one. And I also noticed there was like some rubberish glue on all the connections. Wherever you could plug something in, it was permanently attached with this rubberish glue. So I sent them those photos, sent it back. Then they sent me back another email with some more questions. They wanted to see some more photos. So I just took the whole thing apart and laid it out on the desk and took photos and photos and photos. I sent them about 30 photos of everything from every angle, the front of the board, the back of the board, everything. Sent it back to them. They came back and said, "Oh, thank you." Now, remember, these emails, I should read them to you, but it was obviously that they were being written by someone whose first language was not English. They were very strangely, it sounded like I was getting emails from a Nigerian prince. Greetings, fine customer. I hope this finds you well. That kind of strange syntax. After a little more back and forth, more questions, remember, this is a $45 machine. They finally say, "Well, we're sorry this happened. We're going to send you a new driver board." So it's a 2-week-old machine that costs $45, and they're going to send me a driver board and expect me to repair it myself. Okay? Well, remember, it came with 2 fuses. Both fuses are blown. It's not going to work if the fuses aren't in it. So I sent them back an email and said, "Can you also send me 2 fuses since both fuses are blown?" A few days later, I got an email back saying, "Oh, no, we can't send you fuses. So we're just going to send you a new machine." And just recently, this showed up. So I haven't even opened it yet. So I'm assuming it's the same machine. It's just a replacement. They didn't ask for the old one back. So eventually they did do the right thing, I guess, but it was a month, it seems, from the time I first contacted them to the time that I got this new machine that I haven't even unboxed yet. So I don't know. I'm very disappointed in Vevor, and I know they have a terrible reputation compared to my experience with the Craftsman warranty, which a lot of people, do point out that is not the Sears type of Craftsman warranty, but I never expected that. But I will never purchase another Vevor product again, ever. There was no reason for them to not just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Rambler, our product that you paid $45 for broke in 2 weeks, we'll send you another one." I'm sure the time it took for them to talk to me, the emails going back and forth, consulting with the engineer or whoever it was they were talking to, all of that must have cost more than the $45 I spent on the machine. And going to source the part and send it to me probably would have cost them more than just grabbing one off the shelf and sending me another one. So I'm going to put this one through its paces. I'm going to see if it lasts for more than 2 weeks. And if it does, I'll let you know. But I'm telling you right now, this shop, as for me and my shop, no Vevor product will ever cross our threshold again. Period. We're done. They had an opportunity. They blew it. Yeah, they finally did come through and give me a replacement product, but it shouldn't have taken 17 emails and for me to take the whole thing apart and send them 30 photos and all the hoops they made me jump through. It was ridiculous. And if you ever watch Den of Tools, he talks about this on one of his recent videos, how other people have had these issues. And well, I just want to dogpile on with that because I had the same issue. Vevor sucks. I'll say it. Vevor, if you're listening, you suck. All right. So now that I've got that off my spleen, I appreciate you guys joining me, and hopefully the big thaw will come next week and I'll be able to get some more videos out. I'm going to try to shoot a few more today and edit them from the warmth of the house. But anyway, thanks for joining me. I appreciate you guys being here, and as always, ramble on, guys.
Could have been worse. Not much.